even though he himself may not be the edit file or the PDF file or whatever you want to say, since he was the owner of FaZe, and if FaZe Rain knew that there is a PDF file inside of FaZe, the owner himself must have known, bruh. Maybe you're not the one, you know, being a weirdo, but if you're friends with a weirdo that likes kids, yo, you're still a weirdo because you're allowing this to happen and you're kind of cool with this happening around you, so you're still kind of weird. The new FaZe pedo allegations are disgusting. Video by Poetic Flaco. This is about the situation where FaZe Rain explains why he left FaZe and says that it was due to them harboring a PDF file inside of FaZe. A bunch of people started pressing FaZe Banks and thinking that it was him, but instead he aired it out that it was actually FaZe Temper. So let's get into the video and see how Poetic Flaco explains it.
Wrap it up, man. Nah, y'all have done entirely too much, bruh. Y'all gots to go. FaZe Banks gots to go. This new scandal, I think it's the nail in the coffin. I don't believe you could ever come back to dominant society again and show your face after not what he's being accused of doing, but what he has admitted to doing out of his own mouth. Let me catch you guys up on some very important news for the unemployed. This is FaZe Rug, former member of FaZe. Now, while he was on live, he was talking about his experience at FaZe and why he left for, I don't know, the countless times. But this time around, he revealed a nugget that I don't believe he ever revealed before, and it piqued the internet's interest. He revealed that one of the reasons why he never returned back to FaZe was because they was harboring an pedophile. They was harboring somebody, right, who was touching people they shouldn't be touching.
This is the pinnacle of down bad. Like, once allegations like this go around, there's almost no saving the career at all. FaZe Banks has already been on a down spiral, especially with the whole scamming allegation. This right here, like, I could see how you could come back from scamming, but liking them young, bro, there's no coming back, bro. Because if FaZe Rain knew, that means everybody at FaZe knew. If he says they're harboring the PDF file, so that makes everybody in FaZe look bad.
I want to put everything to do with me and FaZe to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm going to say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know. Damn. Everything. Everything. And I'm going to collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. You know what I'm saying? And there's bad shit. I'm just going to do it on stream. I don't give a fuck. It's going to come straight from the heart. So if people have other questions, I'm going to answer it too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't even know why I left FaZe. A lot of people don't even know why. It was for multiple reasons. It was by being over by my homies. You know, that I threw, this is the craziest part, bro. I threw myself under the bus instead of them. I swear to God, I put myself under the bus instead of them. I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a pedophile involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck. I always stand up for what's right. That was the final straw, bro.
That's a crazy thing to just
Before
drop.
you make up your mind or try to identify who the good guy is and who the bad guy is in this story, understand there is no good guy. There is no heroes in this story. Even the person who's telling the story, he's a garbage human being. They're all terrible people.
That was the final straw, bro. Not only did you guys air me out, y'all sold me out, y'all scammed me behind my back, and honestly, I just had an epiphany about it because I'm like, bro, I've covered, not even covered about it. I was just so sad about it for so long. I was so I've been up over that pedo shit for like 2 years, bro. But I haven't said nothing about it. I haven't said shit. I haven't said shit because somebody I grew up with, somebody I always loved. But I have 3 rules. It's like the pedo shit, the grape shit, animal abuse. I don't got your back forever, bro. Yeah, I do, but I'm not really gonna do anything with that, Nick. Yeah. And I'm gonna go into detail tomorrow about that shit. I don't give a fuck. Watch how my phone gonna get blown up tonight. Watch how it's gonna get blown up tonight. Please don't do it, bro. Please don't do it. I don't give a fuck. It's like, you know what it is, bro? It's like, these people don't care about me. They don't care if I live or die. They don't care if my mom's okay or not okay.
Remember when I told you there's no good guys in this situation? There's no heroes. It's just all bad guys. This is what I meant. FaZe Rug is saying with a straight face, and by the way, kudos to him for admitting this and self-snitching on himself, which, by the way, is a recurring theme. These dudes telling on themselves. And that's the only way we were able to untangle these webs of nastiness. This dude said with a straight face, sitting up there on stream, acting like the hero, while admitting that he held on to the fact that he knew, from his perspective, without a doubt, that there was an pedophile in FaZe.
I guess you could say it's somewhat good that he came out with it at all, but you allowing this company to keep going, maybe the way he looked at it was like there's a few people in there that are a couple bad apples, but you know, the whole tree is pretty good, you know? I feel like FaZe would have been good if he would have snitched on them and then only those few people kind of fell off. It's pretty nasty knowing that he knew this for about 2 years and just held on to it until like now that he felt like doing it. Maybe he felt guilty, who knows?
Meaning there was a famous streamer in FaZe who was an pedophile that had access to countless of kids' fans. When you're in FaZe, your fan base is children. When you are a famous streamer with millions of followers and millions of subscribers, you have access to an unseen amount of children. This dude, FaZe Ruggs, knew that this dude, without a doubt, was an pedophile, and he kept quiet and allowed him to continue having access to children. And he now wants to speak out because he believes that FaZe has done him wrong, and he now has came to the realization that they don't care about him.
Yeah, when you break it down like this, like he's not even doing this because he feels guilty. He's doing this because he feel like he's been done wrong. He wasn't coming from a place of, oh, let me do this for possible victims that could be involved. He's doing this from like, oh, like they don't care about me? All right, bet, I'm gonna air it out now. Now that I think about it, that is pretty nasty. That's a pretty disgusting mindset that he's doing it for himself, really, not even for any other reason.
Y'all are terrible people. It wasn't important to oust and expose the pedophile and take away their access to millions of children until you knew for a fact and certainty that the pedophile didn't care about your feelings. So now you want to expose it for your own personal gain. When I tell you content creators and YouTubers are garbage human beings, they're garbage people. They're terrible people, bruh. Most of them are narcissists. Now,
why he talking like it's from personal experience? Like, I know, bro, I'm a narcissist. I agree with Poetic Flacco. As content creators, you have a lot of ego. Like, you have to have enough ego. Is it a bad ego? Is it a good ego? Who knows? But you have to be somewhat confident in your abilities. And I believe maybe you started with good intentions, but like down the line, the power and the ego gets to you and you're just like, yo, I'm him, bro. I could get away with anything.
He left the room open, and in grand content creator fashion, tune into my next video where I'm gonna be exposing the pedophile. Saving it for this grand premiere where he can monetize it fully. So he left room for speculation. And when you leave room for speculation that there's an pedophile in FaZe, the first person that everybody pointed to was, man, FaZe Banks, we know it's you, bro. Because FaZe Banks has had accusations, has had a history of dating women kind of young, not anyone we know who is below the age limit, but we've seen even Sky Bree came out and accused FaZe Banks of dating women barely legals. And she even said in like parentheses, some were not legal. So FaZe Banks realizing that we're all giving him the side eye, he decided he was gonna get ahead of the story. So he came to his timeline. And
people were gonna assume it was him just because he's had such a bad track record so far, but he felt like this guilty conscience to respond. So that kind of gives people like the ick a little bit, like, oh, you must be hiding something if you felt the need to respond, because like nobody really said your name.
And offer up some type of explanation and denial.
First thing I'm going to say in this video is I'm not a pedophile. Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. Video over. Peace out. No. This is definitely not funny. This is definitely not going to be like a super lighthearted video. And yeah, I'm sitting in a hotel room right now in New York City. I left FaZe a month ago and quit the internet a month ago. And for whatever reason, I keep getting dragged back into this. It's like it's by destiny or where I'm supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. It's.
He starts off a video where he's about to address the accusations that he kept a member of FaZe in FaZe after finding out that member was an pedophile and giving them access to millions of kids who were fans of FaZe. He starts off this video complaining about how people keep bringing him back into mess, how he just wants to go away and retire, but y'all keep calling him back. He's speaking as if this is an inconvenience to him, as if this is not important or worth his time.
But yeah, I'm getting spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm a pedophile, being accused that I'm a pedophile, being tagged in this clip from FaZe Rain on Fearbuck, talking about there's a pedophile at FaZe, and I talked about it, and these are all the reasons why I don't like FaZe and why I got f***ed over by FaZe and how I feel, whatever, and I'm going to get into all that. But the first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this pedophile. It's a very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation, and that's why it's so heavy, and that's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now because there's no shot I'm going outside like that. I'm not getting labeled any kind of predator, pedophile, not me, missing you with that.
Even though he himself may not be the edophile or the PDF file or whatever you want to say, since he was the owner of FaZe, and if FaZe Rain knew that there is a PDF file inside of FaZe, the owner himself must have known, bruh. Maybe you're not the one, being a weirdo, but if you're friends with a weirdo that likes kids, you're still a weirdo because you're allowing this to happen and you're kind of cool with this happening around you, so you're still kind of weird.
And I'm definitely going to talk about this and talk about the series of events that have unfolded to this point from my POV. So let's just get into it. Got a phone call about a year ago from FaZe Rain, or a text rather, just kind of going off just about all the reasons why he's upset with FaZe, hates FaZe.
Being unable to look at the camera to me is a tell-all sign that something isn't right about this story. Something don't smell right, man. It just don't smell right. Now, one of the reasons that FaZe Ruggs gave to Banks was, hey, bro, y'all harboring this edophile. And even though he brought it to his attention, they never got rid of him. Now, Banks is about to go into this long dialogue of how he tried to get to the bottom of the situation, and he completely misrepresents exactly what happened that night, which to me is kind of stupid, because if you're going to misrepresent the call or your investigation into this, you got to misrepresent it with an understanding that nobody else is going to talk about it. But if you're going to misrepresent it, and then everybody else who was there is going to give their side of the story, or somebody who was on the call with you, whether it's one or all of them, if someone is going to debunk you, or if you have reasons to believe that someone is going to debunk you the second you click upload on this lie, then why would you tell the lie? But that's what FaZe Banks did. FaZe Banks talks about the conversation and what he did to investigate this, and he would try to play it off as if, yeah, it was a rumor, we investigated, it was nothing to it.
And he brings up that somebody's a pedophile and nobody gives a fuck and nobody wants to talk about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Call him. He's like, Banks, don't play dumb. We talked about this before. I'm like, Norton, pause. You're saying that FaZe Temper is a pedophile, which that is what he's talking about in the clip. And there's a story, and we're gonna get it.
FaZe Rain didn't even drop it, and he dropped it, and it just shows a level of desperation to get the dirt off of you. Like, since he feels kind of pressed from everybody that, like, oh, it must be Banks, he's like, nah, it was that guy. That's crazy.
Into it. I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy, that's our brother. This is who we started this stage with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him, and I'm calling Apex, because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norton and Tommy, or Norton and Apex are the closest on the team, so obviously if Norton's going to talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. So I patched Tommy and Apex in the call immediately, and we sit on this phone call and we talk for a long time. We were on the phone probably for at least an hour.
I'm not even really a fan of FaZe like that. The only guy I used to really watch is FaZe Jeff. If FaZe Jeff allegations ever come out, I'm losing hope in humanity. Because like while all these allegations are happening with FaZe, Blackboy Max, and the evolution of FaZe is going through, bruh, my dude FaZe Jeff is just chilling, living his best life, uploading his gaming videos while all this chaos is just unfolding around him.
Talking about this, and Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all shit was, what the fuck are you talking about? Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously, Rain is coming back, standing firm on the fact that, no, you did say this. I do believe that you did this, whatever. And there's a conversation that happened between Norton and FaZe Temper years ago. And I don't, for the record, also, I don't necessarily have any reason to believe that Tommy is a predator, pedophile. If that were the case, I wouldn't be following him. He would not be my homie. I would have spoken about this to some degree, or handled it to some degree, to a point where I was satisfied with the result. But this was a thing between Norton and Tommy, Tommy's response was, "You're bugging. You're tripping. This is not true."
This went down how he described it, where, man, there was no truth to this. It was all cap. It was a lie. It was gossiping. It was he said, she said. There's no victims that have came forward. We don't know what he's talking about. Tommy denied it, blah, blah. But what he said was half true. The conversation did happen, but he left out a lot of details from that conversation that happened that actually gave him the answers that he would need to cut someone off. He got the answers on that phone call. He got the answers to what he was looking for, but he conveniently left it out because what he heard on that phone call would have been enough for almost anybody to cut off their homie and say, hey, bro, you can't be in this group when you have access to children. Not our fan base, bro. Not happening. But he kept them in there. So, and we found out the details of the call because after he got done with this video, FaZe Ruggs actually came back on Twitter and he addressed how FaZe Banks was lying about what took place on the call. And it's not just a he said, she said. He actually confronts FaZe Banks a little later on live.
This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that after I'm telling you the 3 rules I have to why I'll never have your back as a friend? On my mother's heartbeat, that's what he said. He looked me in the eyes and he said that. I told Banks and I told Apex immediately. I even told Lee Trink. I have text with fucking Lee Trink from them. It was right before everything blew up with the SPAC and FaZe went public and whatnot. And he dropped me off home and we haven't talked since. That's why you guys were like, bro, why don't you play CS? Why don't you play this? I don't want to say it, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad. I know it's wrong. I know what he did is wrong, but I just hope people can understand like what it's like to have somebody you've known for half your life that you love, that you hope that your kids would have been friends and shit like that. Like, I don't know. It made me sad, bro. It broke my fucking heart. I didn't even want to bring this up, Banks. I did it. I didn't even want to bring your name up in this, bro, but you made that video. I don't know if we're about to watch it a little bit, but it's just, you lied in that video. You're making shit up. So even that tweet that you posted under, I screenshot in case you deleted it because I just don't trust you, bro. And I don't trust what you said there. You said some bullshit at the end of that tweet. What'd you say? You said, I'll pull it up here. Like you said, call concluded and Tommy didn't admit to it. Yes, he did. And you called me and you said, bro, this is so fucking bad. This is fucking bad. He said he's gonna kill himself if this shit ever comes out. And that's why I feel extra fucking bad, bro. That's why I feel extra fucking bad. You told me he would kill himself if it came out. And you guilted me into not doing it. You guilted me into not saying it because you're like, if he comes out, that's gonna be on you. And you made me feel horrible for that. So I don't know what the fuck to do, bro. And I had an epiphany. I was like, bro, why have I been holding this information for this guy for 2 years? But I know he doesn't give a fuck about me. He doesn't give a fuck anything happened. It's just I felt bad. Why do I always feel so bad for people, bro? And I don't ever want to make it on myself at all because it's not. It has nothing to do with that. But bro, what are you doing dropping a 10-minute video? Act like I'm talking about you. Yeah, bro, people are tweeting at you. I don't know why they're tweeting at you. And then you said fucking tweets a kick champ saying it's Banks. What the fuck do I have to do with that? You could have waited.
Banks lied. Dude confessed to Banks. Now, the thing is, the confession came with some type of alteration. So the FaZe Temper told FaZe Rug, hey, I had this rendezvous with these chicks who weren't of age. Then he went and hopped on a call and said, well, I could have been joking. Maybe I was joking about that. But the real story is I had intercourse with somebody who was 17. He told Banks that. He told everybody in the group that. Banks then heard that, and the first thing...
17 and 16 are the same thing, bro. Wow. One more year. Like, you're still a weirdo for, like, wanting them to be that young, bro. And I guess that's another reason why FaZe Rain held on to this, because it's like, yo, my dude will self-delete.
What decided to do is not kick him out of FaZe, not tell him, hey, bro, you can't come around. I don't rock with you. I don't mess with you. He picked up the phone and called FaZe Rug and said, hey, man, can you not tell anybody what he said on the phone to us? Because, bro, if it comes out, it would ruin his life. So Banks' entire call to action was to save the person who just confessed to him that he's an pedophile. And why am I speaking with so much certainty as if I was there? That's because Banks admitted it himself once he was confronted with it. Banks admitted that dude told him that, hey, it was not the two, it was actually only one. And they was a year older than what I said they were, but they still wasn't legal.
Today, I talked to him. It's been a while since I talked to him. Me and Tommy haven't been on the best terms because of a lot of FaZe stuff and involvement like that. What, I'm gonna go my own way. His story does not line up with what you're saying.
The only difference in this story, by the way, is what, again, brother, he told me 2 16-year-olds, threesome. And then on the call, he said, if I said it to sound cool. Do you remember him saying that? There's no way.
There's no way. That's such a crazy thing to say.
Rain, I'm fried, brother. I honestly, like, it sounds like something, it sounds like,
It's not. Like, I
it's
remember.
so dumb that it sounds like something I could hear Tommy in an unironic way, like, saying. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how that's cool, though. Like, that's the part that doesn't, like, I don't know.
I don't think it's cool either, bro. And I don't fucking agree with it. But what I'm saying, that's what he said. So insinuating, if he did say, I said it to sound cool, it's what he said. It's what he said. Whether he, for God knows why, he lied to me and said it was a threesome with a 16-year-old when it was a single with a 17 and one was watching. God knows why he lied and said it was a threesome. God knows why. Especially when I'm telling him how demonic and evil that shit is and how I'll never have your back. That's what he said. It's what he said. Okay? So then he goes in the call that we had after with me, you, Apex, Tommy, and he said it was a 17-year-old. He admitted it, bro. He did. And then he said, if shit ever comes out, bro, I have a kid now, I have a wife, I'll kill myself.
Obviously, this is hearsay, but the fact that you guys are even debating it or talking about it, and that there was a second call about it, come on, bro. There is some merit to what is being said.
He want to fucking kill himself.
I do remember
Yeah.
that, by the way.
Now he remembers. And now he
Now he
co-signs
remembers. Wow.
that, yeah, he did confess. He did say that. Now, there's a lot of people trying to make excuses. Oh, FaZe Banks ain't do nothing wrong because, well, 17 ain't illegal in a lot of other cut it out.
Just because it is legal does not mean that it is not weird, bro. Like, there are a few content creators that you watch and you're like, yo, this person seems like a good person, but deep down, bro, we really truly don't know what they're up to, the things that they do. Overall, a nasty situation. FaZe Banks honestly needs to stay away from the internet because he already has a very bad footprint. Even though he's not the one that they were talking about, the fact that he knew about it and he also didn't air anything out is crazy. So everybody in this situation is a terrible person, bro. Rain for holding it on for this long. FaZe Banks for not saying anything at all. And I think it was Temper for being the freak that he is. But yeah, we'll see where this situation goes. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment too so I can know what you're thinking. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time.
Head to the stars, 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 head to the stars.